I am Tenzin Sangmo. I'm a Buddhist nun. I'm from the Netherlands. I was ordained in 1997 with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and I founded the first international Buddhist nunnery for international nuns in India. But the problem was that for Western nuns is that we cannot enter into the nunneries, the other places around. Some can, some nunneries, they have the door open, but they also say it's very hard for Westerners to live there also, because the food is really very basic, and you have to know the language very well, because everything is done in Tibetan language. So if you don't know it very well, then you will go under. Like many people in the past, you're looking for something that has some value in your life. And in that time, I had a burnout from my work, and so I was free. And I went to the local library, and I took all the books with me, and I started reading. I think it is Bodhicitta. So they were really very strong in taking care of other people, but also taking care of the animals, taking care of the insects. Even you cannot kill an insect, and so that was something that really took me in. And of course, you have other places also where they say you have to be a good person, you have to take care of other people. So it's not that you cannot find it in other religions, but from their point, it was really very strong. And then when I read the books about it, then I knew then, okay, this is my home. This is what I was looking for. It was really like, okay, I'm home, I'm back. This is the thing. Okay, when I came to India, first of all, I have to say, when I was in Holland, then I started to read everything, and then I had a feeling I had to find a teacher. And in Holland, there was a Geshe, it was a Buddhist teacher, and I went to him and went to his teachings. So on one point, I said, okay, I want to go to India. And he said, yeah, you go to India, and then you study the language, and then when you come back to the Netherlands, you can be my translator. So I said, oh, well, maybe a good idea. And then he said, yeah, you just go for 1 year, and then you come back, and then you know Tibetan, and then you can translate. Of course, it takes far more time, because if you want to become a translator, that actually you never stop learning. It's like so fast and such a huge thing to do. So I went to India and I started to learn Tibetan, but I was not so good in it, and there was a lot of pressure, so I got a lot of tension to learn Tibetan. And when I was here, and actually also the years before, I was thinking about maybe I should become a nun, because when you become a nun, then you have more time and you can study a lot and you can focus on everything. And when you are a lay person, then you have your lay life, you have to take care of yourself, you have to work, So I thought maybe I become a nun, that's better for me. Then I can only focus on where my heart is in. Yeah? When I was here, then I asked also my Lama before, like, shall I become a nun? And every time he said, no, just wait, just wait. And then after 1 year, he asked, you still want to become a nun? I said, yeah, I still want. Okay, just wait. And then after 3 years, then suddenly he said, yes, okay, do it. And then I said, oh, okay. So then I was here in India, and then I applied, and I got ordained by His Holiness in 1997. I had an agreement in a nunnery in South India that I could come there, because I really wanted to stay with the nuns there, and I lived there already for maybe 3 months, and it was a beautiful place, and the nuns were really lovely. And so I arranged everything that I could stay there. They said, yes, you can come after ordination, we have a space for you. I should go to South India, and 3 days after I got ordained, I got a letter from the nunnery, so I was really excited, like, oh, I get that. Nice. And then I opened up, and then it said, sorry, we have no space for you, because there are so many new nuns from Tibet that came in, and we are full. So, sorry, but you have to find your own spot somewhere. And so I was really upset about it, because I really wanted to go there. It was really like, I go to Chanjukchurling, I really want to go there. And so then it didn't work out. And so I just have to live in a little house or a little room in a building with other people around. And that was my space in that time. My first room was something like 2 by 2. It was really very tiny. But for me it was okay. I think, okay, it's great. And later, of course, it became a little bit bigger. And then I got a bigger room and a bigger room. But if you really look at it, then it's not a nice place to be, because what you want, if you get ordained and you are a nun, you want to be with other nuns, you want to live together with them, and not just living in a small room somewhere on your own in between the Indian families or Tibetan places. I mean, it's lovely. It's really lovely to be around these people, because they're really beautiful people, but you want to be in a nunnery. And so I was talking also with other nuns, like, actually we should have our own place, and we should, maybe we should think over. But I also knew, on the other hand, that I will never be able to create something like that, because that is something far above your head, you're not going to build a monastery or something. It was not in my mind, because I always had a feeling I can never do that. I can never do that. And at some point, I met some other nuns, and they wanted to build a few retreat huts in the mountains, and then they would share. So you have 3 little huts, and then you live there with 3 nuns, and then 2 are doing their practices, and then the other one will cook for them, and then every year or every half year you will change. Everybody will get a time to do some retreat or do some studies, and then the other one will take care. At first I didn't want to do it, and then later said, oh, okay, then I'm in. And then one of them, they could see His Holiness, and she asked him, what do you think about it if we build these little huts in the mountains? And His Holiness said something. He said, it's maybe better to make a nunnery, build a nunnery for Western nuns, and then everybody has benefit of it, and not only 3 nuns. So then she came out and said, oh, he said we have to make a nunnery. So then it was like, and I was like, what? And of course, when His Holiness say you have to make a nunnery, then you have to do it. At some point you will follow. So then he said, okay, then 3 of us, we have to do it. We have to start something. And this is actually how it started. But then very soon after, the whole group, fell apart. And then on the end, I stayed alone. There was a very funny story about him, because I knew him. I knew he was rich, and I knew he probably would help. So I think I have to reach him. But in that time, I didn't have any email. I have no address and nothing. So I was walking in McLeod and thinking, how can I get his address? How can I get his phone number? Because I didn't know anybody who also knew him, who I could contact. And then I was walking to the bus stand, and then suddenly the bus came up. And suddenly I heard my name, and they said, Sangmo, Sangmo, and it's like, who is that? So I turned around, and he was standing there in the bus. So, and that was really, all my hairs were standing up, because I was really thinking about him, like, I have to reach him, I have to find him, and then on the same moment he was in the bus and just visiting India.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And that's how we directly came together, and we could talk about the project and everything. And then he said, "Yeah, I will help you." But honestly, all my hairs were standing up. So yeah, this is crazy. It's for us. It's good because first of all, you know what you plant, and we work with permaculture beds, and of course we don't use chemicals, and we try to do everything with natural things, you know, to keep it good. And in the beginning it was very difficult because nothing was growing because the soil was very hard. But through the years we learn also how to make good compost and, you know, take care of the soil and make the beds ready, and now it really takes off. So it's good. So we have fresh salads, and also some things what you actually get from the West. Actually, the cooks don't know what to do with it, and it's like, what is this? You know, I say, yeah, okay, you know, we will help you, and we'll cook it for you and show you what to do with it. But yeah, I hope, my wish is that we can only, you know, really live only by the garden. Of course, the rice and dal and everything we cannot do, but yeah, then the most things we can take from the garden.
Yeah, it's healthier because there's less.
It is healthier, and also in India sometimes the chemicals they put in the food is it is, I think, 10 times higher than anywhere else.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's a problem. Yeah, you know, I always ask people when people come for the course, then what is the background, if they are Buddhist or not, or if they are interested in Buddhism, or if they are not interested in Buddhism, but they just want to learn how to meditate. So then I have an idea which people do I have in front of me, and according to that, then I can fill up in on the course, because I'm not there to change people. Like if they have their own vision or ideas, or they are Christians, or they are Muslims, or they are Hindus, for me, they just have to stick to that. And there's not a way that we should change that. And if they are happy with that, then keep it. You know, but yeah, if they can learn something from us and they like it, then of course you can take it. And we get many people here also who are not Buddhist, they are not Christian, they are not Muslim, they are not Hindu, they are nothing. They say I'm an atheist, and they are lovely people. You know, they have a very good heart, and they are very pure, and they will not lie. So you know, it's not a point. It is just how you feel from your own side, and how you feel how you will live in this life or in this world. There's one time one girl who asked me, like, I want to become a better person and give me some advice. And I said, you know, if I look at you and I check you sometimes of what you're doing and how you walk around and how you behave and how you, then I think, I said, I cannot say anything, you know, because you're doing pretty good. I said, I cannot tell you anything because you are perfect, you know, as you are. So just keep it up.